Hello students, welcome to the YouTube channel of Santukaram National Model School. Myself, Abhay, Daithankar, your maths teacher, and we are discussing about the decimal or the decimal fraction for the standard fifth. In the last video, we have seen actually what is mean by decimal number, what are the different parts of decimal number, how the decimal number is represented, and yes, what we have seen is what is mean by tenth and what is mean by hundred, and yes, how we are going to represent a tenth part of a number or the hundred part of a number using a decimal point. We are going to continue this discussion in this video, and I'm going to share some examples. So last time we have seen this example of 100 part out of 100 parts are shaded. This we are actually representing as a one whole, and one part out of 100 are shaded. So we are representing this as a 100, and yes, we are going to show this as 0.01. So this 1 we are going to place after 0 because we are now on the 100th part, as there is no 10th part is being shaded. Well, what happens if I am going to shed some part out of this like this? Yes, now I am shading this with a green color, light green color. You are able to see. Yes, now you can see that 2 rows out of 10 rows they are shaded. So now the 2 comes at the 10th place, and yes, one part is shaded with the red. So 1 comes at the 100th place. So how this number will be represented? How this number will be represented? This number will be represented as 0. Now we are taking 2 part out of 10 parts, so 2 will be on 10th place, and yes, we are putting one. We are taking 1 part out of 100, so this will be represented as 0.21. Okay, so now we are going for next discussion. Now you will be able to see there are 2 squares of the same size. The first square is being divided into 100 equal parts. Second square is divided into 10 equal parts. Now, out of 100 equal parts, 10 parts are shaded in the first square. Out of 10 equal parts, 1 part is shaded in the second square. Okay, now what is next? So how this grid, what this number grid represents? This represents 10 100. How we are writing 10 100? 10 out of 100, and the decimal representation of 10 out of 100 will be 0.10. In the second figure, what fraction it represents? It represents 1 out of 10, and we write 1/10, and we are going to represent 1/10. But can you see a common thing in both the figures? What is the common thing? Is that the shaded portion of both the figures is identical, is same, is exactly same, and such decimal numbers which are representing the same shaded part of a whole, they are known as equivalent decimal. Well, you'll be able to see this 1/10 and 10 out of 100, they are also equivalent fractions, and the decimal number that we get from them as 0.1 and 0.10, these are known as equivalent decimal. They represent the same amount of whole. That's why they are known as equivalent decimal. Okay, then we will see some next examples. We are showing this by equality sign. Writing 100th as a decimal. Now, in the first square, you will be able to see that the square is divided into 100 equal parts, and 40 equal parts are shaded with yellow, and then 4 parts are shaded with yellow. So totally there are 44 part out of 100 are shaded, and we are writing 44 out of 100, like 44 upon 100. Okay, and now you can see that the four columns of this square are shaded entirely. So 4 out of 10 columns they are shaded entirely. So 4 will come at 10th place, and this 4 will come at 100th place. So how we are going to represent 44 out of 100? So 44 out of 100, we are actually representing as 44 out of 100, and 0.44 we are writing. In the second, totally 97 part out of 100 parts are shaded, and we are going to represent this as a 0.97 because 9 entire columns and 7 small boxes, they are shaded. So 9 comes at the 10th and 7 comes at the 100. This is known as 9700. Next, we are having a square which is shaded completely, and another square which is divided into 100 equal parts, and you will be able to see 25 equal parts are shaded. Now, if I take these 2 parts combinedly, so first square it is completely shaded, and the second square only 25 part out of 100 are shaded. So the fraction actually this will represented as 1 whole 25 out of 100. How we are going to represent this fraction? We are representing this as 1 whole 25 parts. So in the fraction form, we will represent this as a 1 whole 25 equal part out of 100. Or we can represent this as a 125 part, and the whole is being divided into 100 equal parts. So this will be written as 125 out of 100. And how we are going to represent this in a decimal form? We are going to represent 1 out of 25 or 1 whole 25 out of 100 as 1.25. This is, I actually read it as 1 whole 25 hundredth. This is all about how we are actually converting a fraction into decimal. In the next video, we'll see how to write a decimal number into fraction. Till then,